everyone, it's Amador, and I'm here today with another design team project for ArtAttack on Zibbet, and that's Traci's shop. Zibbet was just redone, so it's kind of wonky right now, but just an FYI, you guys, she has a lot of stuff coming in. Tilda should be here, I think next week or something, so hopefully, I was okay to say that, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. This doily die that I used on my last design team project, which was the sweet little tags that went in my balsa box, these tags right here, she actually has in the shop, and the cool awesome thing is she has it on sale as well, and I think if I'm not mistaken it's 20% off, and this is by Sizzix. It's steel rule die. I totally freaking love it because being steel rule, you can use it on chipboard and everything. This is heavyweight cardstock and like butter. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a heads up because I did get a few messages and a few comments about that, and I let Traci know, and boom, she put it in the shop. That's super awesome. And just an FYI, if you're looking for specific stuff, she can also order things, and she has a lot of stuff on the shop, you guys. So check it out. Of course, I will leave a link in the description. But anywho, on to the project. So this time I used the Webster's Pages Growing Up Girl 6x6 paper pad, and I've been using this because I love it. The colors, the mints, chubby cheek. So this time I used, again, I used the Grown Up Girl by Webster's Pages. I just love the shabby chic, the pinks, the peaches, the creams, and the mint and stuff like that. But on this one, I used the other stamp that I got in my design team project package. It was, sorry, the lighting, I'm by the window, so it's Latte Kiki LaRue, and this is also in the shop along with a lot of other CC Design stamps. And also my design team kit, my DT kit should be coming in, and I'm challenging myself. You guys are going to be surprised what's in the kit that I chose. So anyway, I went ahead out of the paper pack I used, and let me just show you guys what I made. I made a mason jar notebook. This is using the Top Talk die mason jar, and I went ahead and I covered it with the paper collection. I covered it all, and each page is completely covered right there, and I even did the lid. The back when I used this page with the water fountain, it just looked very serene, very nice at the end, and the two inside ones have that same one. And this is just regular college roll paper that I also ran through the die. This is the cool thing about steel roll dies, is that you can cut a whole bunch of stuff in a bunch of papers all at once. So here is, this is one of the sheets, and it came up here enough to put it underneath the label. And it has this design, and this one says Embrace Life. This actually came from another sheet, but the flowers coordinated, I needed something over here. This is one, this I wanted to make look like one of the labels. Like a label on a jar, and it said yesterday. It says yesterday is but tomorrow, today's memories, and tomorrow is today's dream. There's something behind it, like a bicycle in books, but I didn't want that to show. And this is where my Kiki LaRue, or cat, what was it? What's her name? Latte Kiki. But I can't call her Latte because she's not holding her coffee. I went ahead and cut out one of these little sentiments from this paper pack, from this sheet, from the pad, and it says a girl should be two things, classy and fabulous. I totally love that that quote by Coco Chanel, and I colored her in with my Copic markers. I put a little bit of the greens in her little sweater, but I added lavender because there wasn't any lavender on the paper pads, on the paper, so I wanted a different tone, not just all, completely the same thing. So as you can see, she is not holding her coffee. If I can grab the stamp. In the stamp, she is holding her coffee, and her hand is on this side. So I was going to put her hand on this side as well, but it would look like she had a crazy long hand. So I went ahead and just cut out that little piece and put it on top, so that way it looks like she's holding the cute little side and she's pointing where at the quote starts. Like I said, all of that was done with my Copic markers, and that's the back. And I totally love it. I've been wanting to make this project. In all honesty, I had one sitting in on one of my desks for like over a month. I had cut out the pieces and everything. I was like, I already cut out the paper and everything. Here's a different one that I used from using the Divine collection, or the Delight collection. And it's just, it has this like light blue paper, and to make it look like it's one of the mason jars. And this is just some die cuts. So if you can notice, it's all flat. I make it flat. Reason being is because if you're using it, if you're throwing it in your purse, in your bag, or whatever, or you need to set it down to write something, it lays flat. Because sometimes we make journals or books or notepads, and it's got so much stuff that you can't, you can't do this. And this is more convenient. So, and I went ahead and bound it with my Bind It All. This is the 3/4 inch. I have the 1/2 inch, but it's in the darker color, and I wanted the white to match the paper. As you can, I don't know if you can see, but I used medium weight chipboard, and I painted the edges. I painted the edges in white. It's like white with a hint of vintage white, or not vintage white, yeah, vintage white, or wicker white, or something like that, to give, because it's not full-on stark white. The paper isn't full-on stark white. It has a little bit of a cream tone to it. So there's a little bit closer look, and it's super perfect. This little 6x6 pad is perfect for these stamps because it's more minimized in the size. So, and also to give you guys a tip, if you do use this die or any of the mason jar dies, when you put it through your Bind It All, make sure, because the edge is a little rounded, that you do, check it. This was actually a cutout I had already sitting there, and I wanted to test it to see how many. I wanted to make sure how many holes it would make, or if I had to do it off to the side. If you have a Bind It All, you know what I mean. It can be a little. I haven't used my Bind It All in like forever. So, and this side is closer to the edge, and then this one. So I had to make sure, and I held it perfectly still while you push down on the lever to get your the holes correct. So yeah, I absolutely love it. I love how. If you guys have seen, projects before and with stamps and whatnot, I like to use them in different ways, not just how they came and everything. It's super cool. I like the way it looks because I'm a coffee drinker like you wouldn't believe. Like, you wouldn't believe. Like, seriously, if the doctors told me I couldn't have coffee, I would be like, you know what, this is it, I'm out. I call it quits, I'm done. And so, yeah. But this way you can use her with other stuff, so it doesn't have to be just that. So, and yes, I did stamp it with the coffee cup originally, and I just placed that little square just perfectly to cover the coffee cup, as you can see, on both ends, the top and the bottom. So yeah, so that way maybe that'll give you guys ideas on how to use the stamp separately, differently. I have tons of stamps. Like I have the other one from also from the ArtAttack shop, if I can bring it out here. Of course, how embarrassing. I'm so unprepared, as always. But it's one that Traci had on her, as her blue light special from last month. I'm not sure, I can't think of the top of my head right now. And this one is Brigida on a tree stamp, but you can easily use her on something else. You can use her with like little quilts on top of little quilts to show, the Princess and the Pea. You can do all sorts of stuff, you guys. So use your imagination, and you can never go wrong with these things. Okay, so go ahead and check out the shop. Of course, I will leave a description in, a link in the description. And so yeah, so you guys go check it out. Like I said, Tilda is on its way. Oh my god, I'm itching. I'm itching to get my little paws on some more of that stuff. So, and she has tons of stuff. Keep in mind she has that very shabby chic Tanya Whalen fabric that I use for my little Tilda doll. And this is actually one of the bigger prints. There's some with much smaller prints, which I plan to make my next project out of. So anyway, so yeah, so hope you guys like it, and I plan to make these to probably send out whenever I do swaps, if I ever get around to doing them again, because you guys know I'm not that big on swaps, or just as gifts. I think that you can use this for your notes. I plan to use this. Where is it? This one for my YouTube channel, just to remember, so I could put the name, the channel, and all the information, the addresses and stuff like that, because this one has a line right through it, whereas this one's just, and you can use it to like write down your Copics, maybe, because we always forget. I bought so many duplicates, it's not even funny, but that way, or write down your wish list or whatever, shopping list, and it's just like a notebook, just tear it out and you're good to go. So yeah, so hope you guys like it, and as you can see, that's adding more to my obsession with the mason jar. So, talk to you guys later, and thanks for stopping by. Bye, everyone.